Good day to you all. It is an honor to be here. Firstly, I would like to thank Vista Mexico, Universidad Veracruzana, and the OAS, the organizer of this important conference on mental health and maritime security, for the kind invitation, and also thanking the co-organizer, UN Women in Maritime of IMO's Gender Program Apexen, the Swedish Maritime Authority in the Inter-American Committee on Ports, including other institutions. Also, I would like to wish the best of succeed to you all on the celebration of the IMO International Day for Women in Maritime 2023. I would like to start my intervention inviting you to continue breaking the silence and continue talking about what women have been experiencing in maritime sector. To start my intervention, I would like to acknowledge the precedent set by WISTA with the survey they conducted back in 2016 on gender diversity, handled towards an inclusive culture work, which showed that 66% of the surveyed female seafarers reported having experienced some form of harassment at work, despite preventive policies existing in 97% of the industry companies. According to a more recent survey conducted by Nautilus International on sexual harassment of women on board ships, uh, launched by Wistat International in October 2022, 79% of women affected by sexual harassment have suffered moral repercussions in their work and performance, in many cases, leading them to take radical measures such as desfeminization, that is, changing their appearance. 60% reporting experience gender based discrimination on board. 25% reported that physical and sexual harassment is common, involving intrusion on privacy. Let us go to the definition of sort of behavior. What is a labor sexual harassment? It is defined as an unwanted sexual conduct by aggressor occurring at work that makes the perturbed person feel offended, humiliated, and intimate. uh, Both labor organization and the Convention of the Elimination of all Forms of Discrimination Against Women identify sexual harassment as a general discrimination and a specific form of violence that continues as a problem of physical, mental, spiritual, and labor security. What attitudes are considered as sexual harassment? Touching or cutting, exhibitionism, no reciprocal insinuations, blackmail for sexual favors, compliments or gestures to sexually harass, rumors or jokes about person, body, and or sexually, displaying or sending sexually explicit images without concern, observing on someone in their privacy without concern. What are the repercussions sexual harassment? This type of experience can have serious repercussions such as emotional trauma, anxiety, depression, nervousness, low self-esteem, among others, and from a physical point of view, self-disorder, headache, gastrointestinal problems, hypertension, among others. It is reporting, according to research conducted by ITF in The Guardian in November the 2018, reported 90% of the women who have experienced some form of a sexual harassment do not report. It is because They uh, fear retaliations, being victimized, criticized. They do not know their rights. They are afraid to demonstrate their harassment. They are concerned about confidentiality, misunderstandings. They feel guilty, misunderstood, underdeveloped, fears of losing opportunities for career development, and even fear of losing their jobs. What recommendations are given by experts around the sector and these issues? When you arrive on board, you will blazed with questions such why have you chosen this career? Or they will try to make you realize that it's a job only for a man. This can be unsettling and discouraging. So do not let negative thoughts invade your mind. Show the value you have and the importance of your work. Do not give up. You have the same ability as everyone else. Just strive to do a good job. In the view of Mrs. Paromita Murkerje, an experienced deck officer as reputable ship management company, uh, she advised that it's better to mix and relate with everyone equality than to give space and importance to someone in particular. It can be foster jealousy and also lead to favoritism. It's better not to be too close or too friendly to avoid harassment by others on board. I would like to address now how is sexual or harassment linked to the mental health. The situation of the maritime sector in mental health before pandemic, according to 2019 ITF Seafarers Trust report on mental health, 20% of the seafarers population and suicide thoughts, 25% were diagnosed with depression, and 70% with episodes of anxiety. These figures are skyrocketed exponentially due to the repercussions and limitations generated by the pandemic. According to the International Maritime Health Association, the maritime is one of the most exhausting and physical risk sectors, which increase mental health problems. But what is mental health? According to the World Health Organization, defines mental health as a state of complete physical, emotional, and social well-being, and not merely the absence of disease or illness. What can we do then to overly reinforce the 2% of the women representing the total population of seafarers? We can contribute to their mental health and occupational safety. Here are some actions still need to be taken on Weberly, understanding and developing a new maritime culture based on equality, diversity, and inclusion, encouraging and reinforcing campaigns on ethics, values, respect, inclusion, equality, and diversity in the academic institutions, university, and training centers of the maritime and the port sector, forming and integrating participatory communities for ongoing education and evaluation of biopsychosocial and spiritual risk, and taking effective actions on reported incidents, training and developing programs from the perspective of mental health and care for others. And Why the about process take place? Always remember, you don't need to be a specialist to act as a human being. When you see someone acting differently as a person, are you okay? Find more appropriate time to talk. Allow the person to speak openly uninterrupted, or observe if their body language matches with the speech. Follow its pressures throughout the conversation. Listen, focus on what the person is saying, be flexible and sensitive if it's necessary, ask them to clarify the ideas, verify the information received out without judging in a sensitive and a warm manner. Take action. Show the person that you are interested in them. Remind them that they have a personal support system that can be family and friends and support system at work. If there is something you cannot handle, report it to the appropriate person. Follow up. Leave the possibility of continue the conversation. Take care of yourself. Make sure that you are okay. If it's necessary, seek a help. But what is the crisis definition? A crisis is a combination of risky situations in people's lives that generates temporary psychological disorder and emotional vulnerability that makes them seek support, help, and affection from others. What are the psychological first aid? It is to seek the resolution of a crisis from an emotional point of view, restoring the affected person to the level of functioning immediately period before of the critical period. It is applied immediately after the crisis until 24 hours later. It can be offered by training people without medical or therapeutic training. What is the function? The function is provide support, reduce the risk of death, avoid exposure to that new crisis, connect with the resources, and we recommend the intervention model CASIB. This model determines the impact of the incident in all areas of the affected person functioning. It is recommended to training personnel to intervene not only in cases of sexual harassment and rape, but in any cases that may arise. To finalize this presentation, I would like to quote the following thoughts: accompaniment, help, personal work, values, beliefs, ritual, and another forms of resignifications help to heal wounds and overcome critical moments, giving us the possibility, if we desire, of becoming better human beings than before. Again, thank you very much for inviting me, and please let us know any comments or questions you may have. Wishing you again the best succeed, and I hope see you soon. Bye bye.